firm yet soft, cradling my face as if I were a delicate piece of china and pulling me closer like a moth to a flame, or maybe just to the nearest snack. I threw in the towel, completely forgetting about everything else except for the roller coaster of feelings he managed to crank out of me. We made the grand leap from the couch to the hallowed halls of my bedroom. In the same spot, I spent countless lonely nights wondering if Peter even remembered I existed or if I was just a figment of his imagination like a really bad dream he couldn't shake off. Well, look at that. Someone has decided to do something at this very moment. I yanked my hand back like it was on fire, hoping he didn't notice the way my breath decided to play hide and seek in my throat. Oops, my bad. He chuckled softly. It's all right, I whispered, feeling my face turn into a tomato at the speed of light. Once he made his grand exit, I decided to hang around a bit, leaning against the counter like a dramatic soap opera star, my heart doing the cha-cha. What kind of circus was happening inside me? I stumbled into the wild world of marriage while trying to figure out my 40s. What a ride. There I was, blushing like a school kid with a crush on the teacher, awkward and utterly flustered. As the night deepened and the house went quiet, I found myself sitting by the pool, enjoying my own company like a lone duck at a fancy party. The moonlight was having a little shimmy on the water, while my insides were throwing a full-blown rave party. I tried to convince myself it was harmless, just a passing crush that would fade away like my willpower at a buffet. But deep down, I was in on the secret, like a cat knowing it's about to be served dinner, just waiting for the right moment to pounce on the truth. There was a spark between us, like two mismatched socks in a laundry basket of fate. There's a whole ocean of emotions swimming around in there, just waiting for someone to throw a life raft of words their way. It filled me with a delightful sense of impending doom. I made a solemn promise to shove those pesky emotions into a closet and lock the door. I took on the glamorous title of wife, the official caretaker of all things cozy and cuddly. I had a whole squad of loved ones to protect from the chaos of the world. So there I was, all in on that promise, and yet a little voice in my head kept poking me with the classic, what if? You know, just casually stirring the pot of my sanity. I tried to wave away the spark I felt for Jackie like it was a pesky fly buzzing around my head. I hid it under the snooze button of daily life. Yet he made it as likely as a cat winning a dog show. His presence was like a clingy blanket that somehow managed to cover every corner of our home. His laughter bounced off the walls like a hyperactive rubber ball on a sugar high. His presence lingered in the air like a bad smell long after he had made his grand exit. Just a week after that unforgettable evening by the pool, life decided to throw a curveball that even a seasoned juggler would struggle to catch. Crick and Jackie dove headfirst into a high-stakes showdown of driveway basketball, their shirts waving goodbye in the sweltering summer heat like they were on a tropical vacation without sunscreen. I flung open the living room window like a contestant on a game show, hoping to win a prize of fresh air. Their playful banter waltzed around like it was auditioning for a comedy show. Yet my eyes were glued to Jackie like a cat to a laser pointer. His body glided around like a graceful swan on roller skates. As they wrapped up, Crick made a mad dash inside to grab something from his room, leaving Jackie all alone on the porch, awkwardly clutching a bottle of water like it was a trophy for best solo performance. He caught me in the act of my not-so-subtle people watching. He flashed a grin that could light up a room if only it didn't look like he was trying to hold in a sneeze. It was like a smile that had taken a crash course in charm and was now overqualified for the job. It was like a secret handshake, but without the actual handshake and way more confusing. It felt like he had a VIP pass to my soul's inner workings, complete with popcorn and a front row seat. My heart did a little cha-cha as I quickly turned my eyes away, pretending the laundry I was clutching was the most fascinating thing in the universe. What a delightful day we have, wouldn't you say? It's almost as if the sun is trying to outshine my personality. Jackie's voice sneaked up on me like a cat in a ninja suit. He was hanging out just outside the window now, casually leaning against the frame like it was the most comfortable chair in the house. Oh, absolutely. I replied, doing my best to sound calm while my insides were doing the cha-cha. Oh, Mrs. Blake, wouldn't it be just delightful for you to frolic in the great outdoors a bit more? I mean, who needs a cozy couch when you can have fresh air and the occasional mosquito bite, right? He proposed, basking in the glorious rays of sunshine like a lizard on a rock. His tone was as light as a feather on a windy day. Yet there hung an enigmatic vibe, something sneaky that I just couldn't put my finger on, like trying to catch a greased pig at a county fair. Thanks, but I'm all set right here, I said, trying to keep a straight face before turning my gaze elsewhere once again. Yet his words decided to set up camp in my brain, refusing to leave anytime soon. It's not just the words he picked, but the way he served them up, like a chef with a flair for the dramatic. Give that challenge a big ol' bear hug. That evening, as I was playing the role of domestic goddess and tidying up after dinner, Jackie waltzed back into the kitchen like he owned the place. Need a hand, or are you just here for the snacks? He asked, his voice as gentle as a kitten tiptoeing on a cloud. No, I've got it, I said, avoiding his gaze like it was a surprise party I wasn't ready for. And yet, there he was, sticking around like a stubborn piece of gum on a shoe. He leaned against the counter, giving me a look so intense it felt like I was being stared at by a particularly judgmental cat. You really went above and beyond, didn't you? He said with a chuckle. I came to a screeching stop, a plate stubbornly clinging to my hand like it was auditioning for a role in a kitchen drama. It had been ages since someone had chatted with me like that, like I was the last slice of pizza at a party, just waiting for someone to take a chance. It's just how I roll, I said with a casual shrug, like I was trying to be cool but really just looked mildly confused. Maybe it's high time someone took a crack at looking after you for a change. As Don tiptoed closer, regret crept in, like that one friend who shows up uninvited to the party. I flopped down next to Jackie, staring at the ceiling like it was about to reveal the secrets of the universe, while my brain decided to throw a wild party of thoughts. Oh no, not again. I whispered to myself, trying to keep my dramatic flair in check. Yet as I blurted those words out, a little voice in my head was doing the cha-cha of doubt. Jackie replied with all the calmness of a cat in a sunbeam. I find it hard to believe you're being serious right now. He delicately flicked a rebellious strand of hair away from my face, as if it were a tiny ninja trying to escape the spotlight. Ansu, you're totally justified in feeling this way, like a cat who just discovered the vacuum cleaner is not a friendly pet. His words were like a warm hug for my sad little heart, making it feel a bit less like a deflated balloon. Yet they couldn't shake off the guilt that had already started to make itself at home, unpacking its bags and putting its feet up on the coffee table. Our top-secret love story tiptoed along like a ninja in the weeks that followed. Snapping up those rare moments while Crick was off gallivanting, and Peter was pulling his late-night shifts, turned the whole thing into a thrilling adventure. Who knew work could be this exhilarating? However, it also gave me a delightful case of the jitters. The first clue popped up when Peter stumbled upon Jackie's hoodie lounging on a chair like it was on a mini vacation. He asked if Jackie had accidentally set up camp here. Well, I might have jumped the gun a bit there. After dinner, Peter raised an eyebrow like he was auditioning for a soap opera but decided to keep his mouth shut instead. Still, I couldn't shake off that pesky feeling of unease, like a sock stuck in the dryer just spinning around and around with no escape. How much longer can we keep this circus running before the audience starts to notice the clowns? The response zoomed in faster than I could say, "Where's my coffee?" It was one of those Sundays where the weather was so nice, even the sun was considering taking a day off to lounge around. In the backyard, Crick and Jackie were doubled over, sharing a laugh so hearty it could probably be mistaken for a barbecue. Peter embarked on a heroic quest through the vast wilderness of living room channels, armed only with a remote and a snack. With a mask of normalcy that could fool even the most discerning eye, I set the table for dinner like a culinary magician preparing for a grand illusion. Well, it seems like everything decided to take a vacation at the same time. I had crossed a line that was about as permanent as a tattoo on a daredevil's forehead. The weight of my secret was like trying to carry an elephant on my back while doing the cha-cha. That evening, Peter bravely stepped outside to tackle the great mystery of a ringing phone. Crick was upstairs, reveling in a delightful shower after their swim, probably singing like a pop star and using shampoo like it was a microphone. So there we were, Jackie and I, trapped in the kitchen like two contestants on a cooking show where the prize is just more dishes to wash. The atmosphere was buzzing like a bee on a caffeine high. "I can't handle this any longer," I whimpered like a drama queen. He inched his way over like a cat burglar in a silent movie. "Oh, come on. You can't be serious right now." I pressed, even though my voice sounded like a cat trying to sing opera. "Oh dear, Jackie, it seems we've hit a little bump in the road of correctness." "Well, every good thing has to wrap up eventually, right? Even the best pizza slices get devoured." Just as he was gearing up to unleash his witty comeback, the back door burst open like it was auditioning for a dramatic role. Peter waltzed into the room like he owned the place, probably because he forgot he was just a guest. His eyes were playing a game of ping-pong between Jackie and me. Then they decided to put on their serious faces and really buckle down. "What's the circus going on here?" he asked, with all the curiosity of a cat eyeing a laser pointer. And just like that, the fragile balance I had so carefully crafted began to fall apart like a house of cards in a windstorm.